this segment, we will be giving you a step-by-step instructions on how to remove and install a door trim panel. This application will allow you to gain access and replace the door handles, mirrors, speakers, and service the mechanical working parts of your door. The most important part of any service or work you do to your vehicle is to use the proper tools and work easily and not force anything. Watch the video carefully and follow the step-by-step instructions. Review the video as many times as you need to be sure and confident in your ability. With that, let's get started with today's application. From us here at Auto Body Tips, thank you and enjoy the video.
For the application today, we'll need a fiber stick, a door clip removing tool, a pick tool, 1/4-inch socket extension, 5.5 millimeter socket, 6 millimeter socket, 7 millimeter socket, and an 11 millimeter socket. Let's first start by removing our two 5.5 millimeter screws. Setting those off to the side so we don't lose them. Then taking a pick tool, we have to remove two 7 millimeter screws in behind this little plate. So we first start by just prying that out nice and easy and removing it. And right here is our two 7 millimeter screws. But first of all, we'll remove the handle around our door handle too, the clip. So always start at the back side and just pick it out and lift it out gently, set that aside. Let's remove those two 7 millimeter screws. And then we have to remove our wiring here. So taking our fiber stick, just getting underneath, just gently prying that up. You can see how it clips into these slots here, and then removing our wiring harnesses. Just gently pressing on the little clip there. There's a place where you can push it in, and that releases the wiring harness from our board. Just situating it in your hand correctly so you're able to press on it and take it off. Let's set that off to the side. Taking our trim removal tool, we have to pry this panel off. There's clips, retainer clips that are pushed in around. So let's start by getting underneath the corner and finding them. There's one there. And then just working our way around with them. A lot of times you can just pull on them once you get it going. Just take your time. Just pull on it firmly. Now this door panel here has a hook that hooks down into the door itself up here, so we don't want to pry that out because it'll break. And it's also lipped into the inner molding on the window up along here. Okay, now that the bottom is loose, we can gently push up on the door panel itself, thus releasing it from the door. Now we have one more electrical to disconnect here. Taking our pick tool, just gently pry up on it. Just take your time, and that'll release it from the mirror control. Now we can set our door panel to the side. Now taking a 6 millimeter socket with the extension and ratchet, we want to take the speaker out so we can have access to our wiring for our mirror so we can remove the mirror. Let's get that speaker out. You can always label your screws if you have to. Set them off and so you know where everything goes back. So you put everything back in where it belongs. Now we want to disconnect this speaker. pressing in on this here, and that'll release the speaker. Let's set that inside the vehicle. Now let's unplug our mirror. Here's our connector for our mirror. What we have to do is to press down on the upper one with the mirror here, and then it'll release it from this. We don't want to undo this because it's clipped into the door, and that holds it out of the way from the window. So I'll go in and unhook that. This is what I had to press on here. Okay, let's get that mirror off. All right, we have 3 number 11 bolts that are in here. One, we'll remove our dust cover. We'll just set that off to the side here with the rest of our stuff. And there's another 11 millimeter bolt in here and one in here. Let's get those off. And you can have a friend if you do, to support that mirror so it doesn't fall on you and break, because they're quite expensive. Let's get that mirror off. You have to be quite gentle here taking these out so your nut doesn't fall down into the bottom of your door, but just be easy, take them out. A lot of times you can just reach in and push it out. Okay, you got the door supported, or the mirror? Okay, we're taking the last one out here. Okay, and then out it comes, and just keep on going and everything will come out. I'll type them here. And there it is. Okay, we want to remove our outer belt molding, but for that we'll have to take down our window. So we have our board here, and we just want to hook up our window again, and then turning the key on, and that allows us to take our window to the bottom to remove our belt molding. Okay, to remove our outer belt molding, first of all we're going to come over here and we're going to take this 11 millimeter nut off. Setting that off to the side. And then we're going to take our fiber stick and remove our inner window rubber. Setting that off to the side. Okay, let's get around to the front of this vehicle and this door, and we'll take this molding out. Just get your fingers underneath there and get a hold of it and just lift up on it. Wiggle it out, and there it is. We'll put it inside. This here gives us access for a very nice sand job, so you see no edges. Let's take this out here, so we have none of this to bother us with the painting. Now with our outer belt molding off and our mirror off, let's put our window back up for now, so we can remove our outer keypad and our door lock. So let's take our window back up. Thus gives us access into here. We'll turn our key back off so we don't run our battery down. Okay, first of all we have to pull back on the dust shield. Try not to rip it. You want to put that back. It does control a lot of dust coming in your vehicle. Okay, let's get inside here and have a look. Here's our connector here for our outer keypad, our keyless entry pad. We have to disconnect that and remove this horseshoe clip that's holding it into place. So I'm going to get my hand up there and hopefully you can see exactly what's going on. I wanted to press this down here and it just removes. Just that easy like that. Now with our horseshoe clip you have to get your hand on it and you have to work that out. There it is. Now I can get around to the other side and I can remove that. Okay. Taking my one hand from the inside, I still have access to hang on to it. So I want to push on it, and I can push it out. And it slides back. It has a little lip here that slides underneath the door. And this is how it's held on with our horseshoe clip onto our door. That's what holds it in place. It's a pressure fit with the front little lips that go over top here, and the horseshoe clip holds it into the door secure. Now with our keypad out, we want to take our window back down so we can take out our window run rubber. So let's get started. On this model here, we have a little clip. What we have to do is squeeze that clip together and push it out. That unhooks it from our door. And then just gently pull down on our track like that. And a lot of times I'll take this rubber and I'll tape it to the inside of my door, or just put it behind the door handle like so. That gives us room to close everything up. That gives us a nice area here to sand, so when we put our paint down here and clear coat, we have no edges. And that's a really important thing for quality. So that's what we like to do. Now that we have our door disassembled as far as we have to go to get a very nice clean paint job on the outside of this vehicle and getting it ready for the prepper so he doesn't have as much problems, we want to take off our panel again, just so if we close our door or something, it doesn't get jammed anywhere. Set that off to the side. Now we're going to send this over to the prepper and he can finish it off for paint. And once it's finished with paint, it'll come back and we'll show you how to reassemble this vehicle.